Welcome, ladies and gents. Chris Andre here. You can find me at BetBoxing on Twitter for boxing-related tweets. Or you can subscribe to the channel, click that notifications button and get a new notification whenever a new video is uploaded. You know what? I'm so busy. I'm swamped with work. I do not have time to spare, not even this 10 minutes to be doing this boxing video. But something's occurred that I'm too excited not to bring this video, so I have to. I want to talk about two things. Firstly, Canelo Alvarez has had a punch-up on stage with Caleb Plant in a press conference. I'm going to do a technical breakdown of that. I know you're going to think, Chris, what are you talking about, man? This ain't a fight. I don't care. I actually think there's a lot that we can get in terms of insight into the mindsets of these two guys based on what they did on that stage. I promise you, there's something we can pick up on it. Just hear me out, right? Don't laugh. Just hear me out. I'm going to show you some footage too to show you that what I'm talking about. I also want to talk a little bit about Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua and comments they've made this week, which for me have ramped up the excitement even more. If you are a fan, by the way, of the little mythology meets boxing, myths and legends intersecting with boxing, that sort of mini-series that I've been doing, whereby first I spoke about Gabriel Rosado and Milakuziev, and since then I've spoken about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and hubris and the warnings of that and the dangers of that. If you enjoyed that, and I've got some fantastic feedback, I also got some constructive criticism, okay, and I genuinely appreciate it all. You know, you guys have been brilliant. Thank you so much for giving me your time. The latest installment is up. It is looking at Anthony Joshua and some parallels with Memnon. And of course, history can sometimes repeat itself and we can learn from the past and so on and so forth. And it also acts like a bit of a cool promo for me, in my opinion. You know, when I think about these sorts of things, I can't help but get excited when the fight's coming up. Tomorrow or the day after, I will also be bringing one about Alexander Usyk and Jason. So yeah, I hope you guys can watch that video too and let me know what you think. I'm always looking for feedback. But first, let's start with Canelo Alvarez. He came face to face with Caleb Plant and he pushed him. And that's not something that's uncommon at face-offs, whether it's at a weigh-in or a presser, that sort of thing happens. Caleb Plant walks back across the stage. And again, that's not rare for the guy to come back and push him. He doesn't try to push him, though. He tries to give him a slap. Now, it is a slap. And I'm going to show you footage to show you that a lot of people are saying, oh, Caleb Plant threw a left hook. It got countered. He didn't throw a left hook. He threw a slap. And you can see that from his body construct. Again, I'll show you images. He's trying to essentially clown Canelo. He got embarrassed. Canelo pushed me. I was off balance. I flew to the other side of the stage. He got embarrassed. So he figured, you know what? I need to embarrass him back. What better way to clown him by giving him a slap? I might give him a slap and then get into boxing stance. So if he throws a punch, then we'll let hands go. If not, people will get in the way and I would have slapped Canelo. So psychologically, I'm showing him I'm not afraid of him and I won't come off the stage being embarrassed, right? So that's what he went for. Unfortunately for him, Canelo Alvarez, the moment Caleb started walking back across the ring, actually got into a stance. You'll see that his right leg actually drops back. He's ready to throw hands. He slips the shot and he throws a left hook, a shovel hook, as Plant dips into it. Cuts the cheekbone of Plant. And from that shovel hook, he's thrown a right palm, a downwards palm for a short right hand. This to me suggests that Canelo Alvarez is thinking along the lines of a street fight in that moment. Okay, hear me out. He's essentially, he knows what he's doing in that scenario. First and foremost, he lands what I assume is a closed fist. It's blocked. Your sight to the left hook is blocked. But because he's cut him, I'm assuming he's closed his fist. He knows that's okay to do because when you're throwing from a shovel hook position and the punch is rising and the guy's dipping into it, you're either going to land on chin or cheek. So your closed knuckle is going to land on something that's softer than your hand. From that right hand, though, when Plant is ducking down, he keeps his palm open to slap down. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that's a slap. It's not a punch. It's not a slap. It's not what Plant threw. I've spoken about this in the past on boxing videos, and I am not advocating in any way any sort of street fighting. God forbid you guys are ever in a situation where you have to defend yourselves or your family from some evil mugger or attacker or whatever, okay? In that scenario, you're morally and legally obliged to do whatever you have to do to protect yourself within reason and your family, right? Well, in this situation, we're merely analyzing what Canelo did and why he did it. He doesn't close his fist. If he closes his fist in that scenario and he lands on the top of the head, which is very likely because that's the bigger part of the head that he can aim for, he could land clean on the temple, but he could land on the skull. He could very cause some serious damage to his hand. He could break his hand by landing a shot like that. And some fighters that break their hands are never the same again. Canelo knows, therefore, to throw an open hand. And you're not throwing a slap. You're hitting with the palm of your fist. It's this part here. It's what you would use if you were to break your fall, having fallen down. And a lot of top martial artists will use this approach in the street because it's safer for you. You throw a hand and you break your hand. All of a sudden, that hand becomes obsolete. Okay, you can't grab with it. You're probably not going to be able to punch with it properly and so on and so forth. So he's thinking along the lines of, I'm outside the ring and I'm in conflict, but I'm throwing a hard shot. You could knock someone out with the palm of your hand. You don't believe me? Go look at the former MMA champion Baz Rutan, okay? And he's spoken about this in the past as well, how he would throw shots like that. Those open palm, they're not slaps. You're not hitting with this part of the hand. You're lining with the palm. Those open palm strikes, he could knock people clean out with them, right? And that's what Canelo Alvarez was seeking to do here to Caleb Plant. I'm going to show you some footage right now to show you what I'm talking about, but it shows you the mentality of these two men is in a different place. Now, as you can see, Canelo Alvarez on the left, he's looking very dapper out there, like he's a extra from Donnie Brasco about to go down to that club in Florida, the King's Court, a guest of Santo Traficante. And then on the other side, you got Caleb Plant, who's also looking rather smart. Looks like he's about to go to a wedding. I'm not sure about those leather burgundy shoes. Looks like he's stolen from a magician, but that's not what we're here to speak about. What we're here to talk about is the breakdown of what occurs on this stage. So let's have a little look at this. As you can see there, trash talking, and Canelo Alvarez goes for quite a violent push of Caleb Plant. He goes flying to the other side of the stage. Look at that. But he walks back. Okay, he fixes his jacket. Oh, he threw a little slap that missed. Nice little slip from Canelo. Now watch this. Pop with the left hand and then the right hand slap. The slap, as I said, is an open palm. Let me show you some footage, some stills to show you exactly what had transpired. I want you to look at the bodily shape of Caleb Plant. You see how he's quite straight here? His legs are very straight. There's no bend in the knee like there is here from Canelo Alvarez with that foot back. You see how that foot's back? He's on the ball of his toe right there. He's ready to throw hands. Caleb Plant, look at there's no bend there in the elbow. Look how he's trying to land with the fingertips. It's at this point that Canelo pulls back, by the way, right? So he's semi-leaning forward, trying to stretch forward and reach. There's nothing on that shot, okay? It's literally trying to clown Canelo. Now, let's look at the opposite of that. Look how Canelo Alvarez has got his fingertips facing up in the air. He's not looking to land with those fingertips. He's looking to land with the palm, the base of the palm. Bang. Look how he's leading his weight towards his left, trying to get all that in there. He's trying to hurt Caleb Plant. Canelo Alvarez was seeking to do damage. What does that mean for Caleb Plant? Could it be that Plant is going to think, you know what, how dare this guy do that to me? He broke an unspoken rule of boxing. You can't do that to another fighter without gloves on. I'm going to smash this guy up. He didn't hurt me. He landed a left hook fine. He cut me, but he didn't hurt me. So now I know I don't fear that power. Now I'm going to go for it. Is that the possible mindset he's going to have? If so, Canelo Alvarez might be rubbing his hands in glee because Caleb Plant can move and Canelo will want him to stand his ground, right? So Canelo might be thinking, yeah, you do that. You come to me. Or is it possible that he did feel the power and now he's thinking, you know what, this boy's a lot more heavy-handed than I thought he would be. I'm going to have to keep this at bay. Let's frustrate Canelo. Let's make him overreach. You understand? Which possible way could this have gone in terms of affecting their mentality, in terms of affecting their mindset? Could it have affected Canelo negatively? Could he have thought, you know what, I landed 2 clean shots and he just looked at me. Really, I cut him, but I didn't hurt him. You know, is this going to be a difficult fight? I doubt it. I mean, the mentality of Canelo Alvarez right there, you can see this is a bad man in and out of the ring, right? But let me know what you think about that. With regards to Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua, first and foremost, Anthony Joshua has made the comment that he will hurt Alexander Usyk, whether it's with a right hand or a uppercut. Now, I'm going to do a detailed technical breakdown on Thursday about this. That's my hope, to bring you a video on Thursday. So I'm not going to go too much into the technical elements of where Joshua and Usyk could have success. But again, is it possible that this is a comment to throw some misdirection? He could be landing that left hook. Usyk loves to come on the outside and take that area that Lomachenko also loves, on the outside of your lead shoulder. He wants to be on the outside of that position. Is it possible that by he wants Usyk to be thinking about that right hand, that right uppercut, maybe even invest in it early on, knowing that at some point he's going to try and get Usyk to move into a left hook? Or is AJ genuinely speaking his mind here and saying, you know what, Usyk does like to leave an opening through the center line. I'm going to look to exploit that with an uppercut. I'm going to end up hurting this guy. Let me know what you think. With regards to Usyk and a comment he made, he was asked about whether he's worried about Anthony Joshua, and he says that at the moment he's not thinking about what Anthony Joshua is doing or what he will do in the fight. He's more concerned about the fact that his son has started his first month at his new school, and that he really doesn't want to be there. And he's obviously very stressed, and his mind is on that. Now, again, what does that tell you about Usyk's mindset? Is this Alexander Usyk saying, without meaning to, is he betraying the fact that his mind is not on the fight 100%? That he's got the sort of problems that a father would have, where he's thinking about the trials and tribulations that his son's going through? Or is it telling you, Anthony Joshua is nothing I've never seen before? Who cares what he's doing? Who cares what he's going to bring? What, you think big, bad and strong, big muscles and stuff like that's enough to deal with me? I'm more bothered about my son. I'm just going to deal with this guy like it's nothing. Let me know what you think about Alexander Usyk's mindset in this regard. Thank you for watching, ladies and gents. Chat to you soon. Take care. God bless.